What's up, everybody? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 84 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
GG. Yeah. That was from the heart. As
no.
Enthusiastic.
Is it enthusiastic or just exceptionally loud? Both. Okay. Enthusiastic and loud. Yes. As you can tell, there is a missing voice. There's no need to turn down the volumes to your podcasts, to your radios, however you listen to this. You can turn it up. Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister, is not with us this day. Unfortunately, he has.
Okay, hopefully we'll have a week when we're all together again.
I know. I don't know what that's going to happen, but yeah. So he's out there. He's doing some stuff, preparing for the holidays, as they say. So, of course, with me is Miss Krista Montanez, a.k.a. Shadow 24/7.
Yeah, that's a good thing. There's no, popping ears as what people call ear rape.
Ear rape. Oh, wow. That's...
Yeah, like that.
That paints an ugly picture.
Like that.
Oh, man. So yeah, it's going to be us. A little bit of housekeeping. First off, I do want to mention, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in. Please go to YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes and subscribe, share to the podcast. We definitely appreciate that. Share this with your friends. Hopefully, on the next one or soon, we'll get all three of us back and you get a full
chorus.
Yeah, or was it you called it ear rape? A full ear rape.
Yeah, pretty much
for everyone to enjoy.
But the more people, the better.
Yes,
please.
most definitely. So let's start with what we always start with, and that is, what have we been up to? So I'm going to toss it over to you. What you been up to?
So I picked up Dragon Age Inquisition again, and I've realized it's been a year since I last played it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while, because it's a game that, I do have to take breaks, because, RPG, open world, after a while, I get bored of it, and then I move to something else, like that gamer ADHD kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Did you find it hard figuring out where you left off?
No, I kind of knew. I was mostly doing some side quests and all to build up my gear and money and all that. I found out I only have 4 quests left, though.
Oh, so you're almost there.
Yeah, so I started doing one of the last 4, and it's been tiring. I've been doing it since yesterday, and it's been taking me 3-4 hours already.
Jeez.
Trying to go, because it's a lot of stuff, and if people played Inquisition, they probably know which part I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just time consuming, because you have to do a lot of stuff within the main quest to try and get it done.
To try to get him? Yeah. Wow. I started that game, and I just got the game for $5 on some sale somewhere.
Yeah, it's surprisingly fun.
The problem is I started this not shortly after, but not too far from Witcher, and I was just like, yeah, no. I still have it. I still have it saved.
Train, that's why.
It could be. In a world after The Witcher 3. No. But no, I did try it. I made a character. I spent an hour making this character. And then I had just a couple hours left. And I got to the very beginning of it. And it seemed interesting, very BioWare-ish. So yeah, I might try to get back into it if I can make space.
Yeah, I found it surprisingly fun, because this is my first Dragon Age game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was interested, but not as much, because that whole fandom that the game has ruined it for me.
Did it? Oh.
So it took me a while before I decided, you know what, I'll get it. I'll play it.
So about how many hours do you think you've already put into it overall?
From last that I checked, I think I'm almost 100 hours on it now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's serious.
That's plus idling, but minus idling will probably be around 70 or so.
Okay.
So still quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
It is. Today I've gotten a early Christmas present from my mom, and it is LED lights.
LED, nice.
Yeah, so I put them around my door for now.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to put the other one somewhere in my room.
Somewhere to make it look good.
Yeah, they're the RGB lights, so you can switch the lights, switch the colors.
Nice.
Make them flash or fade in and out.
Oh, pardon me, guys. Please shut off your cell phones and put your seat back trays up. Thank you. I'm sorry. That's my beer clock.
It makes my room look nice. The little backlit LED lights.
Oh, nice.
And I can't wait to get more.
Okay. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen your room. I don't
No, because we got a 2-story house. Nobody wants to go upstairs.
Yeah, that's true. Once you get up there, no.
Yeah. And one other thing, it's also because I have a cat too.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people like cats.
Oh, I love cats. They just don't like me.
I don't think they like anyone else.
True.
So, one last thing though, I started watching this show on Netflix. It's a original called Gypsy, and it's about this therapist going way into deep with her patients,
Ooh.
getting into their lives and all that. And I'm on the, I think, 3rd episode now. It's interesting.
How many episodes in it?
10 if I
Oh,
remember.
that's
about
digestible.
hour-long episodes.
This is Gypsy on. Is this like a Netflix original?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And I've had it on my list for. I'm like, let me just try it, and it's interesting.
Okay. Funny how I haven't. Oh, here we go. Gypsy. Who's in this? Gypsy Danger. No. Naomi Watts. Okay, I recognize that name. I don't really recognize anybody else. Okay. And yeah, okay. Good to know.
It's an interesting show.
Therapist in New York, takes place in New York. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right.
It's
Well-
very interesting, sir.
I'll have to add it to the list of 100 shows that I have to watch.
I probably have about. And lastly, I forgot I had Amazon Video.
Oh, yeah?
With Prime.
Nice. So you set it up?
Yeah, I set it up. I put it on my PS4, and all I did was add stuff that I'll probably never watch in a while to my list.
You also get, if I'm not mistaken, you also get Amazon Music
Yes, you
with
do.
it. So, yeah. Which I hear is
forgot.
pretty good, yeah.
You know, like that's if you don't use Amazon much, that's kind of something that easily slips by. So
Mhm.
it slipped by me, and oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I complain sometimes about, because they raised the price. It used to be, what was it? It used to be $80 a year, and it went up to 100. And I was like, oh, come on. But then when I look at all that I get, free 2-day shipping, the Amazon
Free
Video, which
episodes,
free episodes,
movies, music,
Correct.
books too. For
books
those
as
who
well.
read.
That's right. And I am using Audible more. So yeah, when you really look at everything, it's like, yeah, you're getting your money's worth.
And students, because I have a student account, they get discounts. So instead of paying that much, we only pay about like 40 a year.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. So you get, that's even,
All the benefits, just that much.
Just that much less. That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
So that's what I've been doing so far.
Nice. Well, I started, first off, you weren't here last week. You may have already heard that. I found it difficult to play games after this EA debacle that is
yeah.
Battlefront 2. And really just overall, I was just like, I can't get into playing anything. I just had very little desire. But forced my way through, and I'm happy I did. And I finally started Horizon Zero Dawn's The Frozen Wilds.
How do you like it? Because I want to get it.
I am enjoying it. First off, it is the DLC is kind of interesting, and this is not really a spoiler. It's just how you access it. You can't access it from the menu. You have to go back into the main game, and it's just an additional area that you can explore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's weird. So I went back and because I thought I had downloaded it. I thought it was ready to go, but it wasn't. So I was like, well, what do I do here? And I went in, and I didn't know what else to do. There's nothing in the menus. And as I somewhere along the line while I was bringing it up, it started saying, "Oh, it's downloading something." I'm like, "Okay, so maybe it didn't completely fully download." So I restarted, and then I saw the Frozen Wilds on the main page, the main start screen, and I'm like, "Okay, so how do I get there?" It's still not telling me how to get there. Then that's why when I get into the game, it leaves me. If you beat the game already, right?
Yeah, I beat it already.
Yeah, so basically, once you beat the game, it saves right. The last save you have is the one right before the end of the game. So when you beat it, you started up the same game, you're still ending at that last mission essentially. So that's where I'm at. And when I looked at the map, there's this huge now gray area that wasn't open up before. I was like, oh, okay. So I just have to walk up there.
Will that be the mountains that was like technically cut off limits previously.
Yes, it has like these big tentacles that are coming out of the
Yeah, that
ice
part.
wall.
So it's
Yeah,
farther that.
it's up that way.
You know what's funny is that when I would go to that area, I always see that there's a trail that still keeps going. I'm like, you can go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So now
You don't know
yeah.
how, but you can get there.
Yeah. So now it opens up to that. And that's essentially how you enter the area. This is an area completely, or what appears to be completely, I guess, the population is all the Banuk warriors. So anyway, it's beautiful. It's snowing all the time. It's always there's you can actually do snow angels now. By the way, she can get on the ground and do snow angels.
Can't she really? That's
Yes, it's pretty cool. Story is pretty awesome so far. I won't really spoil anything here. Obviously, there's a whole big side mission. The area is pretty decently big. And there's some new characters that you meet. Basically, it's a lot of the same. There's some new machines, and I won't say what they are, which I don't think is a spoiler. I'm sure you would want new machines anyway. But they are hard. Like they are.
Yeah.
So what happens? I started the game, and I left her at her old home at the very beginning of the game, and the new area is at the very top of the map. So I'm like, okay, I haven't played in a while. So I get my feet wet again, how to play. So I start from there, and I literally just walk all the way up. And then the entire way, I'm just fighting whatever I got to fight just to try to get my feet wet again and remember how to take things down. And it took a little bit. I was like, man, I really forgot how to do this, But by the time I got to the top, I was like, okay, I got a handle on things. And then when I took on one of the first early beasts in there, and I was like, holy crap, this is kicking my ass. So I'm like, all right. Obviously, this is a much more challenging area, and I'm level capped 50. I ended the game at 50, which is level. And this allows for you to level up more past the new Frozen Wilds.
That allows you to progress even if you didn't reach the level cap.
Yeah, they suggest you to be 30 by the time you start that. Otherwise, you're really going to have some difficulty. I'm at 50, and I was having difficulty. So that said, I haven't played in a while, so. But I am enjoying it. I already started taking pictures in photo mode. Just loving the hell out of that.
Waiting to edit for that background.
Oh yes, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad I got into it. It's a good reminder of how awesome this game really is. Because the game came out really, really early in the year, and you had a lot of games come out afterwards, and you start thinking game of the year and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, well, getting into this, it's like it quickly reminded me why this game was so awesome. And I'm like, and you know what you mentioned in our music episode of favorite music from gaming, you mentioned the music here, and at the time I was like, oh, I don't really remember much of it. Here I am. There's a couple of. I mean, they're all instrumental, and I'm like, there's a couple of them that I was like, okay, I remember Shadow talking about this. So yeah, I definitely dug that. Definitely, and I obviously, if you have. Guys, if you're listening, you have this game. Get the Frozen Wilds. It's definitely an awesome.
And if you don't, there is the complete edition that is either out now or coming out soon.
Oh, they have a complete one?
Yes.
Okay, well, there you go.
That is interesting, though, that you download the DLC and you have to go in the game to reach it. Like it's a part of the game. Like it's always been.
Yeah,
like I mean,
it was
that's
always
weird,
there.
but that's interesting, and it's
nice.
Different,
yeah.
It's nice, actually. So you don't have to go to any menu, just go up your load game.
Correct. It doesn't interfere with the ending at all.
Even if you didn't beat the game, it's there.
Correct.
Right there.
Yeah,
you can look at it.
Just start
you just
got to be level 30
yet.
Exactly. So yeah, I played. That's really the only new thing I played. I also started playing. This is on my phone though. Oh man, I forgot the name. It's gonna kill me, guys.
We were just talking about it too.
Which one? Oh no. I mentioned that last week.
Different one.
Yeah, that was Pocket Camp, Animal Planet. You hear me? Animal Crossing. No, I got Fire Emblem Heroes.
You like it because I love that game,
and it is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's
one of my favorites of the Nintendos.
Yeah, Fire Emblems. Actually, I don't think I've ever played any Fire Emblem. This is literally my first Fire Emblem. Well, if you count the fact that some of the characters are on Super Smash Brothers, that's pretty much the only time I've used them. Any other time, I've never played any of their games.
Oh yeah, because you need a DS for that one.
Oh, it's a DS game. Oh,
yeah,
a handheld. Yeah. So yeah, I started playing that. I'm maybe couple missions in, but I'm just kind of getting my feet wet, and it's pretty awesome. I can see why it is also nominated for Best Mobile. Obviously, just that's the category it fits in. But definitely a good game. I haven't put a cent into it, and I'm going in. I'm playing as much as I want. So it's definitely worth it.
The way that turn based though, like it has in the mobile game, that's how it is in the regular game.
In the regular game, yeah, it's a strategy turn based strategy game. So it's very similar to like Tactics. What is it? Final Fantasy Tactics, that type of thing. Only it's more sprite based type of animation. So, but yeah, that's those are two games I've been playing. Two movies that I wanted to bring up because I went for some reason this past weekend. I went on a deep dive for Christopher Nolan films. Like I was like, I love this guy, and I know he's got, I know of all his movies. And I was like, I need to revisit some of these. So I revisited.
You needed that Nolan fix.
I did. Plus, I haven't seen Dunkirk yet, and I'm a little bit upset about myself. But so I rewatched The Prestige, and again, quickly realizing why that is such an amazing movie. I love The Prestige. Have you ever watched this? Sound familiar?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
So it has oh man, I'm blanking on his name, but he plays Hugh Jackman. He plays Wolverine. Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman. He's one of the main people in it, and it has what is the guy who plays Batman in the Nolan films? Can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank.
There's multiple of them.
Oh no, in the Christopher Nolan ones. Let me see here. Jesus, guys, this is what happens when you get old. Let me tell you. Krista, do not get old. Do whatever you can to not get old. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. It is... Jesus Christ.
It's all right, though. Not remembering is a good part of human
is it?
minds. Yes.
I don't know. Christian Bale, that's his name. I know a lot of people are just like yelling at their podcast right now. How do you not know it's Christian Bale? Sorry, guys.
When it's the heat of the moment, you forget.
Yes. It's either that or this whole garden that I'm drinking here. But either way, so Christian Bale's in it. Hugh Jackman's in it. It basically takes place like near the turn of the century. Magicians, early magicians, and they quickly become rivals, and they're constantly trying to one up each other, and they're trying to master this particular act or this particular magic act, and it is so good. I mean, as silly as that sounds, it sounds like the most silliest thing in the world. This is Christopher Nolan at probably his best. I mean, literally, if you really look at it, probably better than The Dark Knight, in the sense that it's so good. Anyway, and then the other one I saw, like I did like my nice little two film feature, or what do you call that? Double feature? Mm-hmm. Memento. Have you ever seen Memento?
No.
Never heard of Memento?
No, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
To say anything about Memento and you haven't seen it is going to ruin it. All I say is Guy Pearce is in it. It is a great film. It is probably the most unique way of showing a film. This is what makes Christopher Nolan great. This is why I feel bad for DC, because it's never going to reach the heights of Christopher Nolan. We're never going to see a Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises again, or Batman Begins. That type of level of film, basically a filmmaking that he brings to the movies. And yeah, we're shit out of luck. We're not going to get that, unfortunately, because it's a whole bunch of other people who don't know what they're doing, trying to cash in, trying to catch up to the Marvel train, which they don't really need to. They just need to do their own thing.
No.
But yeah,
this is why I like indie movies.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, some of the best stuff. All right, guys, we're going to go right into some news. We're just going to keep it right on the movie tip. We just saw, well, I've seen it like at least 12 times already. Yeah. The Infinity War trailer, guys. Avengers Infinity War finally We finally got a trailer. Apparently, it's not the same trailer they showed at Comic-Con, which is okay. I'm all right with that. Because I still find it just so good.
Sorry about that.
It showed everybody who's going to be in it. I don't think they left anybody. I think literally showed everybody. Yeah.
What I liked though is that it was short, sweet, and simple, and right to the point.
I agree. It didn't ruin anything. Didn't show anything it shouldn't have. Some people were like kind of complaining about the fact that they show. If you saw the trailer, it's in the trailer, guys. So if you don't want to know, cut like 5 seconds here. But essentially, they show the Vision's gem being removed from his forehead, forcefully removed from his forehead. And people are like, oh, they need to show that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how did you not know that was going to happen? It's an infinity gem, and he has it on his forehead, and we all know that Thanos is going to collect them all. So I was like, this is not a spoiler.
Like, throughout it, they showed the characters looking at the camera and all that. For all we know, they could be fighting something big, and we won't see it.
And when they were running through? Yes. So they kept a lot on the wraps. I think...
That's how you put a trailer, honestly.
I agree.
I wish other people would, follow suit and look.
That said, I still don't have 100% faith in Marvel or Disney, so this is the only trailer I'm going to watch. I'm not going to watch any more. But what do you think? What did you think of that trailer overall?
I liked it. Everyone was, you can see they look different. Mm-hmm. They look like little war.
Has changed them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Different. They changed. You can see it. Like, that's character development right there.
Throughout the years, through 2008 was the first one. We're on the 10 years. 10 years of this is a 10-year journey, guys. Oh. The only thing I will say, or I want to ask you, Infinity War, we know people die. I don't have faith that Disney is going to make a bunch of people dead. However, I'm pretty sure they will kill off somebody.
We'll see.
Who do you think is going to be? My money is on Iron Man. Either Iron Man or Captain America. One of the two. One of the two big guys.
Because they don't have any other movies after this, from what it looks.
The second event. This is part 1. So the second one. That's about it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they might do that whole full death scene in the second one.
In the second one? Oh, you think so? They're not going to make it a cliffhanger or something like that?
They could.
Okay.
They could probably make minor major character, one of the Avengers or one of them.
Not too minor. Like what's the name? The gray guy? Quicksilver. Quicksilver. Yeah. Spoilers here for a previous Avengers film. Quicksilver didn't make it out of it. But I was like, he's funny, but
if
I don't
you
care.
think about it, with Disney and death in that Avengers movie, a whole bunch of people, quote unquote, died because spoilers. They lifted a city up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. But we didn't see it, and we didn't know them. It was
implied, though.
Yeah, it is implied. But yeah, this is gonna be something serious. I think my money is on Iron Man. I feel like Iron Man. I don't know. I think it's him. I think it's him. It's either him or Cap. It got to be one of those two. Anybody else, I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. But I guess Vision's done, right? With the trailer,
that's be one of the big deaths would be Vision.
Yeah,
unless they do something.
I guess the only one I didn't see, and I would think he's in it, Ant-Man. Was he in the trailer? Because I didn't see him in the trailer. We had everybody. Right? You had Iron Man, Captain America. You have your regular Avengers.
I don't think I saw. I was thinking, but then I remember that was Star-Lord's mask, not Ant-Man's.
Yeah, and there's another scene that kind of looks a little different with that Spider-Man.
He might be. Yeah. And Spider-Man and his suit, we all know who built that suit for him.
That was so badass.
We all know who built his suit for him.
That was really tight. So I'm like ridiculously psyched for it. I'm going to watch it a couple more times, and then I'm just going, that's it. Not watching anything else anymore, and I'm going to avoid all the trailers and anything else.
You're
they're
excited
come out with
now,
more.
But then there's Star Wars coming out.
There is, yes, there is, which comes out very soon. Very soon. So something to tide me over till the next big major event. What you got over there? I'm telling you, I'm gonna oh man. At least 4 times. 4 more times.
4 more times.
4 more times. I got to plan it out. I got to put it on the TV, sound effects and everything.
Nice. So I got something which, we haven't really heard in a while. So Square Enix will be releasing a update for Final Fantasy 15 soon
15, okay.
that you get to be able to play as, not as just Noctis, but you can switch to Ignis, Gladio, and Prompto too in the main game.
Okay. Oh, so you were never able to.
No,
it was always one.
It was
character?
always
Okay.
Noctis because it's his story.
Oh, okay.
So now they're giving the option to play as the other characters since their episodes came out. And
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So all three of the other ones already out. The episodes. I feel like I've seen two. I don't remember if I.
it's only two, but so this update will hopefully will supposedly come out with episode Ignis.
Mm-hmm.
That's
same
coming
time?
out
Gotcha.
December 13th.
Oh, okay.
And
I
that
gotcha.
would be, supposedly people would think that would be the last episode. It's not. Square Enix is thinking of bringing in more episodes of other characters from the game too.
Really?
It's interesting.
Yeah. It feels like. I hope they're
Maybe
not trying to
two-
milk this here.
One, probably yes, or two, maybe to bring in more inside story.
Okay.
Because the game, it did show some, but not enough. Because, like I said, it was Nox's story, his journey. So you had other characters there, but they played a role, but not a big enough role.
Not enough. Okay.
So it might be showing their stories and how
gotcha.
it ties to 15.
Now, all these side stories are still within the main story, right? They're not like afterwards or anything like that. They're still within
it's
the main
still
story.
within the main.
I gotcha. What they need to do is make it so, unless they already have, I don't know, make it so, because if I'm not mistaken, the character sort of kind of leaves the party at one point.
That's how those episodes come in.
Oh, okay. So it'd be cool if, well, I don't know. I don't know if you want to stop what you're doing just to go off to the, well, anyway.
I mean, well, if anyone knows about Kingsglaive, which is the movie that's
It's pretty
supposed to
good,
be
yeah.
before 15, it takes place of what happens when Noctis leaves. I mean, I guess that's spoiler kind of if no one played the game.
Yeah.
So
it's a movie.
it's
Nobody's
literally
going to watch it.
yeah. So it's what happens after he leaves,
Okay.
and then it ties into the whole first game. Well,
gotcha.
the game.
Well, hopefully that update sounds good. I mean, if you can play all the other characters, I assume they all have different abilities and stuff like that.
course.
Yeah, so that's pretty decent. I guess they programmed it in through the DLCs, and now they're like, okay, well, let's just put
I
it in
think
the
they're
game.
trying to milk Final Fantasy 15 as much as possible.
Well, it did take
Before the
them
next one.
20 years to make Final Fantasy 15. I'm exaggerating, not that long, but it took a long time for Final Fantasy. It was what, Final Fantasy Versus 13 originally?
Yeah, it was originally. It looked good at the time, but then they're like, let's not. Let's keep going because 13 was kind of a drag.
Yeah, they wanted to leave that stigma behind. So, all right. Well, we got our final batch of PlayStation Plus games that are going to be coming to December for any PlayStation Plus members. And believe it or not, they're starting with Darksiders 2, the definitive edition. Definitive. It's actually spelled that way. Death.
Yeah, definitive.
Okay, Death. I was like, I think I may have mistyped this.
No, it's
Okay,
it's
definitive
exactly how it
edition.
says.
And Kung Fu Panda Showdown of Legendary Legends. Interesting title. So yeah, those will be available
That's an
for.
interesting lineup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never played any Darksiders, and I get to play it for free now. That is gravy.
I
I'll
already
take that.
have it.
Do you?
I bought it was on
think you might
sale. The
mention this,
first
yeah.
one and two were on sale for
that's
like
right.
$20.
And you got them.
So I got them, and then like I have it previously, the second one on my PC too.
Nice.
So I'll be enjoying Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu. Well, I'm gonna try Kung Fu Panda as well. I'm hearing good things about it, but I don't really know.
It's like a little fighting game, like Brawlhalla.
Oh, it's a brawler. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a brawler.
Nice. PlayStation 3 owners will get free access to Siberia Collection and X-Blaze Lost Memories. That's a visual novel based on the Arc System works called the Blaze Blue series. And then finally, PlayStation Vita owners will get access to the Metroidvania adventure Forma.8. which is also cross-buy compatible with PS4, and a top-down action game called Wanted Corp. So, yeah.
That's
Also, if anybody has PlayStation VR, you still have the ability to get Until Dawn Rush for Blood for PlayStation VR until January 2nd. So, by all means, dig into
That is
that.
a very interesting lineup, honestly.
It is. I'm definitely got to do Darksiders. I missed out on that one. So, and then
Have you played the first one, though?
No, none of those. I'm saying I never play any of them. This will be my first. Do I need to play the first one? Oh, it's one of those.
Maybe.
Oh.
I'm thinking maybe.
I wonder if they'll give it to me for free now that I. No. We'll see. We'll see. What you got over there?
Let's see. Found it. So, this is something I didn't expect to happen.
What was that?
How do you think about Battle Royale games coming to mobile?
To mobile? I don't know how that would work. Well, because it depends on the Battle Royale. I mean, if it's like Kirby's Battle Royale, then that's fine, but...
Well,
That's the
get
only one.
this. So, a mobile version of PUBG is in the development.
PUBG for mobile? Mm-hmm. Oh, that can't work. I don't think that can work. A Twitch... Well, that's not really a Twitch shooter.
So,
But still, a third-person shooter? I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I
'cause
guess, yeah.
Tencent, they're working with developer Bluehole to port it to smartphones for Chinese audiences.
Those
'cause-
Chinese. They figure everything out, huh?
Because they had some issues with PUBG, like being in China. That I guess with the whole some violent stuff
Mm-hmm.
wasn't working with their laws, so they have to tone it down a bit.
Oh, okay. So this is specifically going to be for Chinese to begin with?
It will start with in China,
China?
and then
Okay.
since PUBG's like a big thing and mobile games a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
they will later move it to the West.
Okay. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I mean, how much will it cost?
I don't know. It might be free for all we know.
Well, then,
And
I'll
then
give it a
just
shot. I
that-
just don't know how you would do it.
I mean, there's a lot of games like 3D games like that
Yeah,
on
but-
mobile. Considering how phones now are becoming more, high tech. Like your phone's better than mine, obviously.
Yeah, well, no, I know what you mean. It's just the controls. I always hate screen controls, and I don't know how you would do it.
They have controllers specifically. Well, not specifically, but they have controllers that you can use on your phone because your phone has Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can literally use your PlayStation controller on your phone
Yeah, but I
by
mean,
Bluetooth.
if you do that, then I got to take my PlayStation controller with me, and
Or
that's not really mobile.
and they do have controllers you can buy too that are Bluetooth, and some even come with little stands on the controllers that are detachable. You just hook it up to the controller and then put your phone on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like on the little control, like a little screen on your controller.
I might
You play
look
like
into
that.
that. Might look into that. If it's free to play, why not? Why not give it a shot?
Oh yeah, and then with in-game stuff, obviously.
Of course. That's fine. I mean, if it's free to play, I can't hate on them.
Definitely cannot.
Well, we'll see. Is there a release date or any news as to that?
So far, no.
No.
No,
Okay.
there's no release date yet.
Fair enough. Oh man. So going back to the Sony talks here, Sony is actually going to let you try out PlayStation VR at home. They're going to come to your house. No, they're going to come to your house. But apparently,
It's like I'm not that special.
well, yeah, I mean, neither am I. They're not going to come to my house. But essentially, what they're trying to do here is the biggest hurdle when it comes to VR is, hey, how do you sell this to people? How do you say, hey, you really should give this a shot? And people, you can go to the store do it, but who goes to the stores anymore? I mean,
Especially
I have
with
Amazon.
somebody else using it.
Yeah, you get
And you
pink
get-
eye from somebody. Who wants pink
I
eye?
mean, I know they wipe it down, but like that still is not enough.
Yeah, it's not. Some pink eye is really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But so essentially, it's a program that they're looking to start, and they're going to open up to certain or select PlayStation members with PlayStation Plus members, within the United States. Those selected will receive a unique registration code via email that lets them reserve a PlayStation VR trial bundle. That bundle includes the PlayStation VR headset, camera, Move controllers. Stop it, Alexa.
Alexa back at it again.
Yeah, she's talking away over there. And that bundle includes, so saying, the Move controller, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim on a Blu-ray disc, and the PlayStation VR demo disc 2.0. So all the contents together comes to $449.99 is the content that they will essentially send to you. So if you're eligible to take part, Sony, of course, is going to require a credit card, which they will probably do a nice little hold. They'll put a hold on your card, send you the bundle, which you can keep for a few weeks. Try it out. If you like it, you keep it. And, of course, they'll charge you. If you don't, you send it back. It's that simple. What do you think?
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Because, once again, I don't like using, like, public display stuff because you don't know what people get. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's true. Right.
Also, you know, it's nice that you get to try it. Plus, not with just the demo, because they always put the demos on display, but with an actual game too, to see how it works.
That people are raving over.
Yeah, because the demo, usually the demo's a little outdated compared to the finished stuff. So
yeah, this is great.
And
people,
in the comfort of your own home.
Correct. The comfort. Yeah. So if you look like a fool, you don't have to worry because you're in your own living room in your underwear anyway, right? So who cares? But yeah, not bad. And you get to keep it for $299. $299.
And that's even better.
That is amazing.
The original price, like $400, that can be used for other things.
Instead
of a headset that's going to be
if I get something like that, I might just say, hey, because they don't even have to give me the camera. You can take the camera. I have one already. That's not bad. I mean, I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, that's not a bad deal.
I think they've realized that, you know, people are buying the VRs, but not enough, so that they need to find a way to get people to buy it. And then I saw with the Paris Games Week, I saw that they have a lot of VR games coming out, but nobody's really eating it.
The people who own it, but
obviously, but not many.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, I'll look into that. You got anything else?
I keep in that. Very interesting.
It does sound interesting, yeah. I might be into it.
So, it's been a while since we have anything like this. So, Kellogg's and Nintendo have teamed up for Super Mario cereal.
Yes.
When's the last time you've seen a themed cereal like that?
Oh, I don't know. It had to be back in the day, 80s, maybe 90s, maybe 90s.
It's been a while. I've seen mostly promotional, this is promotional, obviously, but this is actually name brand, like their own cereal. But I've seen like games blasted on boxes with, hey, you get this and this, like
with the toys and all that. Yeah,
but it's not their own cereal.
I remember getting cereal with toys in it. I don't get that anymore. Man, the future sucks, guys.
We recently got cereal that I think I've seen them on the shelves where they have Pokemon cards in it. They can go only get in the cereal.
Oh, nice. So Super Mario cereal. So what does this look like? I mean, do the things look like little mustaches? Do they look like little nipples? That's horrible. That's horrible.
It looks like your regular cereal with marshmallows. It has the
it's a marshmallow one. Okay.
Yeah, it has the little box, the little
question mark box.
It has the mushrooms in it.
Of course.
But the best thing, though, this is to promote Super Mario Odyssey.
Nice.
And with it, the box is actually an amiibo that you can use for the game.
The box?
Yes.
Like the cereal box?
Yes, it's an amiibo that you can use for the game.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. That's actually okay. That's some smart marketing right there.
It is. And of course, it has your little games in the back of it.
Nice. What did it say when it's coming out?
I was trying to look for what it does. So, if you use the amiibo on the box, you'll receive gold coins or hearts in the game.
Oh, okay. So in-game currency, essentially. Okay. Hey, that's what it is.
And I mean, since you're so excited for the release date, it's a limited edition cereal, and it's coming out December 11th.
11th, okay. Limited edition. Probably a month, 2 months. We'll score some. I don't even have it. I don't even have a Switch. Yeah, but yeah, I'll still score some cereal.
Who cares? It's your favorite game.
Yeah.
Well, one of your favorite game characters in a cereal. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Me too. Awesome stuff. Is this from, does it say who who's the cereal box? Let me see here. Does it say who it is? General Mills? Kellogg's. Oh, okay, Kellogg's. Okay, I have faith in Kellogg's. All right, and we got two more pieces here. Sony is finally bringing back the rest of the Jak and Daxter series to PlayStation 4. As you know, they brought the original Jak and Dax, what was it called? The Precursor Legacy came out. It was remastered and everything. And now they're doing the rest of them. So it would be Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak X Combat Racing. All will launch on December 6th on the PlayStation Store. And this was announced today. So that's not a bad way to...
So it'll be coming to the store, not the Now thing.
No, it comes to the source. You'll be able to digital download, just like the
That makes
Precursor.
you wonder, when are they coming out with an actual Jak and Daxter game?
I think this is laying the groundwork because Crashy B came back. So if Crashy B can come back, Crash Bandicoot for anybody who doesn't know what Crashy B is, then yeah, I can see it.
Remember Ratchet and Clank too?
Ratchet and Clank, yeah. This was actually a good year
PS2 was around. They had the little rivalry.
Yes.
Little friendly rivalry between Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, they did. They'll come up. They were trying to one up each other. Those are good games. Yeah. I can see them trying to lay the ground. If they see a lot of good sales here, I can see them doing it. Now, Jak 2, for the record, was a pain in the ass. That freaking game had the worst checkpoint system. Mm-hmm. Oh, screw that game. Oh man. But no, it wasn't a bad game though. And my final piece, Netflix has officially renewed Stranger Things for season 3.
What?
Yes, I know. Can you believe that they didn't already do this immediately after?
I think we all kind of knew the minute everyone finished watching season 2 on that day it came out. Everyone knew,
yeah, they're going to continue this. I am extremely excited for some more Stranger Things.
I am too. I'm just sad that we have to wait another year for it.
That's okay. I can watch season 1 and 2 again. That's what I did before.
I knew it was going to happen though. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen. I know there are shows that end on that cliffhanger and they never come back, but this one's coming back. Yeah. It's coming back.
Honestly,
strong.
It can end on that cliffhanger, and I'd still be happy with everything. Yeah. But I think they had already mentioned they were going to do. They weren't going to go past 4 seasons, is what the creators.
That's actually a perfect mark right there.
The best.
Like hour-long, 10 maybe episodes. Mm-hmm. That's a perfect mark to end it at 4.
I agree.
Anything longer, they're just milking it, and they're
just Walking Deading this shit. That's what they're doing. God, Walking Dead sucks. Now, have you watched any of the new episodes?
Oh no,
don't bother.
No, I don't even.
It's a waste of time. You're never gonna get that time. You're gonna age in front of the TV watching this.
I feel like I'm aging just listening to it. Honestly,
I don't blame you. Yeah, anything else on it?
Yeah, my last piece is nothing really gaming related, but I think some Android users might find this beneficial. So the Google Play Store has started to ban apps from introducing ads that appear over your phone's lock screen. Oh. And those are like those free apps.
Yes.
The free apps that usually utility apps that have little notifications on your phone, they'll start putting up ads, and that's what helps them get money, the monetization of it. And it's annoying.
It is. It can sound annoying, yeah.
You know, because sometimes you accidentally press it and then it'll take you to wherever. So, I mean, it's a nice thing that they're banning it.
I agree. They keep the good apps going, yeah, because that's annoying. Just because I get it's free. You're trying to monetize. I get that. But don't interfere with the phone. You know, don't try to wipe over it or force me to see this. There's an app that I use, which I still use. I like using it, particularly since that's how I make the banners for the Hot Topic of the Week. PhotoGrid, which does the same thing. It just right over itself. I'm like, come on, man. So I'll see if they end up getting banned, but I already have it downloaded. So
I think the only thing with microtransactional, I think if they ban it, those apps can still be free to play, but you'll have to pay like a little monthly fee or something to use it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can really see for them doing that, or they just shut down their app.
Yeah, which, that'd probably be the last case scenario, yeah. All right, guys, so we're going to go right into our hot topic of the week. If you've heard the hot topic, it's basically asking, of this game industry, are our voices being heard? After all the ridiculous debacle that is Battlefront 2 and it's an EA, and my God, the shitstorm that they've started, essentially has the gamers' voices and has their intent been heard? Has it been felt? So that's what the hot topic is. And of course, we're going to start first with our very own Mr. Gilberto. He's got his own 2 cents, as they say. So we're going to go right to him. Take it away, Mr. Gilberto.
Hello, everyone over there at the Mouthful podcast. This is the one, the only KX Raper. And I'm here to tell like I see it. And here to talk about the new hot topic of the week. Are our voices being heard? And honestly, I don't think so. I don't think they really listen to our voices. They don't care about our complaints. They only care about one thing and one thing only, as they always have. Our money. You guys have always told us that we should talk and vote with our money. And that it's true. It's right. I mean, and this recent event with EA and its microtransactions, pay to win microtransactions, definitely says that, it screams it. It screams that it's true. If you guys didn't know, EA lost $3.1 billion in stock due to the little loot box debacle there. And it's funny because Mad Dog posted a picture of someone like talking or yelling at EA employees, and it really should have been a Disney person yelling at EA employees. It certainly feels that, especially with a new movie coming up, that Disney might definitely had a word in about those microtransactions. That being said, concerning the actual topic, let's take a quick look at Bungie and what they recently done with Destiny 2, or what they said they're going to do with Destiny 2. They're going to address a bunch of things that the community has been asking for since the launch of Destiny 2. And while it appears there's an illusion that they're actually listening to the player base, they're not. Okay? All they did was, and just hear me out, this is my theory, but I think it's pretty solid. They have a new DLC coming out soon, right? So they go ahead and say, okay, so you guys want all these stuff, all these things in the game, we're going to give it to you just in time for the new DLC. So they need to draw those people back in, right? And it's all about the money. They're just drawing everybody back in, so buy the DLC. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens after it. It doesn't matter if people don't like the DLC, if it's garbage or this and that, or what other complaints they have. Because I'm certain not every complaint is going to be addressed in one update. Of course, there's the fact that it's a lot of work to do it, but this is goddamn Bungie we're talking about. So, whatever complaints there's left will be resolved later on before the next DLC. And then rinse and repeat. Another great example is Activision with Call of Duty. You see what they did after everybody kept complaining about jetpacks and this and that, and all this futuristic crap, and let's go back to the roots. What do? They go back to the roots, back to World War II. No jetpacks, no nothing. Right? But it's because Infinity Warfare didn't sell as well as other Call of Duties. Now, it didn't do bad, but it wasn't doing. It didn't perform. It didn't sell as well as other Call of Duty titles. So what they immediately do? They start listening, quote unquote, listening to the players, and they go back to their roots. They're not listening to the players, they're listening to the money. Which overall it's fine, and companies out there to make money, but we've been accepting so much garbage from all these publishers that at some point it didn't matter. The EA situation only accentuated what happens when you don't listen to the player base long enough, or when you cross a certain line. And there's also this little trend now that all these publishers and developers are jumping on about having no loot boxes and this and that, as if that's supposed to be like a feature. Like that's the selling point of this game. We don't have any loot boxes or any microtransactions. Like, how is that a selling point for a game? It's not. That shouldn't have been there to begin with. So guys, have a good weekend. This is Chaos Reaper signing out. GG.
Awesome stuff, Mr. Chaos Reaper. Thank you so much.
GG to him.
Hell yeah, GG indeed. He brings up interesting points. He also brings up a very recent thing that occurred in Destiny 2 with the adjustments in experience, right? That you get after you hit a certain limit.
I think they did that.
Yeah.
Honestly, one for that, but also because they realize since people are angry at this, they notice that their own player base will notice what they're doing.
Yes.
So let's switch this quickly before we also get a backlash like that.
They almost did. They almost did. I mean, it's not as big as the Battlefront one. The Battlefront one has an interesting. I mean, the story just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. It starts off with them saying, obviously, the guys over at EA are trying to defend their position on doing this, and one of the things that they said, which is what they said, I say Blake Jorgensen, which is the CFO of EA, and he says the reality is there's different type of players in games. Some people have more money than time. Some people have more time than money, and you want to always balance the two. That's
them tripping into a ditch and just keep falling.
Yeah,
that's literally what happened.
I can't even believe that
they had the audacity to say that.
This sounds like almost like, you remember Don Matrix from when he was in Xbox and Microsoft, and he was the one who came out with the TV, and it's going to be great, it's going to be always online, whatever. And shortly thereafter, after they had to do a 180 degree change, Don Matrix was gone. He was out. He resigned or whatever the case may be. I don't wish anybody to be out of their job, but I can see something happening here because this is being handled so poorly. It's unreal. It's unreal. So basically, they're blaming the customers here, saying, well, we want to make sure that they have ways to get through this. Of course, if they pay us additional money, then they can pay to swiftly get through whatever. And then shortly thereafter that, they decided to blame the canon, the story, or Star Wars or LucasArts. Yeah, basically saying one of the things. This is a quote again from Mr. Jorgensen, just burying himself further. One thing they're very focused on, and they are extremely focused on, is not violating the canon of Star Wars. It's amazing. It's an amazing brand that's been built over many, many, many years, and if so, if you did a bunch of cosmetic things, you might start to violate the canon, right? Darth Vader in white probably doesn't make sense versus black. Not to mention, you probably don't want Darth Vader in pink. No offense to pink, but I don't think that's right to the canon. This is his response. We don't want to do cosmetic because cosmetic would be an insult to the canon or something. What the hell is that?
It's just excuses that they're pulling, because we obviously know, because EA's being like Disney,
Yeah.
They don't want to give it up. They want to still keep doing it because that's how they're going to make their money. One.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is why I have to agree with Gilberto when he says they're not listening. They obviously they have no data as to what's happening that they're wanting to make up. Oh, it's the consumer. They're not buying single players anymore, so we got to do something else to make up for whatever. Then they go blame Disney or Star Wars or was it Star Wars, LucasArts or whoever. Oh well, we don't want to mess with the canon, and that has already been. That's already been proven to be false because there is a guy, a data miner, who apparently has a history of doing this for Star Wars. He was able to locate in-game, by data mining the game, the PC version, of course, that there was cosmetics that were meant to be done.
It's still there. It's just locked from the public.
So why are you saying that you don't want to do cosmetics when you already had it in the game? My thought here is that was what they were originally going to do, and then they went with whatever they have now.
And probably they're probably thinking, oh, we got this, but like, you know what? What's one way to give us more money?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And also,
dollar signs.
You know what he said? Yes, they're not listening, but you know who is listening? The higher people, higher than us, the more richer people. You have committees now. You have people, governments banning.
The loot box, or trying to. They're trying to get involved.
They're the ones who are listening and saying, "Hey, that's not right."
They're the ones who, while I agree, well, the whole loot box being gambling anyway, I can understand the concern there. However, I still don't want governments stepping in,
definitely not
putting in some sort of regulations.
Because on top of that, we also have our whole fight with net neutrality. On top of that.
We already have that battle going on. We don't need them to spill over to this.
To see a higher up looking into it, but it is not nice when they start governing it.
I agree, and that's the problem. The problem here, though, is anytime the government comes involved, I don't want to say it's easy because that's just going to assume that I'm saying the government's corrupted, but we all know how lobbyists works. They come in, they say, this is what we need. Guess what? We'll help you out in your next election. We'll do this for you, blah, 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 blah. Let this pass. Leave loot boxes alone. We'll give you a cut of something. We'll help you in the next election. And yes, believe it or not, these companies and the industry, they're in politics. They exist there.
Politics exist in everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the concern. That's the concern why I think the only reason that I think EA changed their way on this was because I believe they were forced by Disney.
And if Disney wants to keep face.
Correct. And if they were forced by Disney, that means if Disney didn't step in, we would still be, you know what I mean? I don't see that they.
What I don't like though is that I hate how people give into it. Like I've explained to you on Thanksgiving actually that I saw a few people on my friends just playing Battlefield, and I'm just like, how can you?
Battlefront.
Well,
yeah,
same thing.
I know, right?
Made by the same people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how can you play this game that is? I mean, I get it's. I played the beta. It's. For a shooter without loot boxes, it's not a bad game, but that loot box system and all that microtransactions makes it look ugly.
It does, and I'm afraid that what's going to happen is things are going to turn back around. We're going to obviously this was a huge misstep into this direction. They didn't try to go softly. They just said spearheaded through. They said this is what we're doing
because people are like this
$3 billion.
These games do it. Everyone seems okay with it.
Correct.
Why not do it?
Correct. But then they just went 100% the wrong way. And now $3 billion, $3.1 billion in their stock value gone. And that they listened to. I would say the voices that they heard were not our saying, hey, what are you doing? It's hey, we're not buying your game. We're not going to buy into this. There were a few people we went on. We were out together, right, at the GameStop, which I never go to, but happened to go there. And there were a couple people online talking about Battlefront, and I was like, "No, man, you don't want that. No,
people,
you don't want that."
People actually like I said, they give in. Like when microtransactions and DLC was first introduced with Xbox 360 and PS3, people were
I would say it was
upset
probably
about
mobile
it.
at first, but yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
see it.
that too. But that was around the time when that all smartphones were coming to be.
Coming to be. Mhm.
People were all obviously distraught about it. They're like, really, I have to pay something for that? But then over time,
You got
people
used
just
to it.
started to give in. They got used to it. It's like, oh, it's part of how it is. No, it's not. Like, I would
Doesn't
rather
have to be.
spend that dollar on food
Or
or something that I needed.
another game. How about that?
That too.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And,
That's what I'm saying.
I hope people keep fighting.
I hope so
Honestly,
too.
I hope this doesn't die, because the minute it dies, that's when you let them win.
So let them come back with
And
more.
that's when people go back into whole, home thing where they be like, all right, it's
is what it
I'm
is.
taken by it now.
Yeah. And then same thing with the net neutrality thing, where if we don't say something, they're not listening. Suddenly, we're paying additional for every little thing we want to do on the net.
Yeah, I
so.
had to explain what net neutrality is to quite a few people
Oh, yeah. Oh,
these
no.
past few
Most
days. I'm
people don't
like,
know. Yeah.
and if anyone doesn't know, this isn't the first time that net neutrality has been,
No,
like,
it seems to be
a
every couple
fight.
years, right?
Yeah, every few years they try and do it, and then people fight back again. But this time you have everything like connected to it that are just fighting. Who knows what's going to happen?
When Comcast put it this way, you remember when EA was voted the worst company in the world?
Yes.
Comcast was right behind it. And Comcast is
Do we
trying
even
to
have a
spearhead
Comcast
this.
here? I don't think we do.
Yeah, we do.
Do we? I just
Maybe
never
not
hear
in our
it.
area here, but yeah.
Never
yeah.
hear it.
Where I work, they have Comcast. Is the one they use. When Comcast is one of the main companies who are like, yes, hey, net neutrality. No, we're not going to change anything. We're not going to charge anything extra. No. See, that's the same exact thing. With going back to EA, it's no. Now, whenever EA has another game, I can't even imagine. Can you imagine what EA's press conference is going to be like next year? They may not even have a press conference at this point. Can you imagine?
I think honestly, if they don't set themselves straight soon, either they won't have one or they will, and people will not be happy.
Be able to go there. They
won't
usually
go
have it.
there.
I mean, they do normally have it separate. EA Play is the one they normally do, and it's usually not at E3. It's somewhere else, and that's usually filled with people who want to be there or media people, whatever. But that said, I mean, I can't even imagine.
Sad though.
I can't even
'cause,
imagine.
Microtransaction. This isn't the first time they've done it in all their sports games.
Oh yeah, they've been there for a while.
done it, and I'm just like, it's a sports game. Like,
No,
why?
it's Well, I can see how they would put it in there, but it doesn't matter. It's a yearly thing. You guys
It
get one
is.
sold every year. Don't act like it's not moving units.
like, it moves units the first few months, and after a while it starts dying. That's why
That's
people
fine.
make
They have a
another
new one come out next year. It's a
Exactly.
yearly thing. So I mean, if it's like Destiny, for instance, or something like that, where you're getting one every 4 or 5 years or something like that. But Destiny is another one where here they are. They're. It's funny because I was listening to a developer from. Do you remember Gazillion? They just shut down recently.
Yes.
The guys who are doing
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
Heroes. So one of their devs, okay, on another podcast or the show was talking about how sometimes, this is the great, you're gonna love this. Sometimes when there is an uproar on a game, or if they say, hey, something's wrong here, the balancing feels off, blah 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 blah. Can you guys, this is not working, whatever. Sometimes they do nothing and come back and say, okay, the newest patch includes this to fix up whatever. And they'll come back and go, oh, yeah, and this feels, the consumers go, oh, man, thank you so much for updating this and whatever. And they've done nothing. And he even says, yeah, we did it a few times. And, and
what I've
I'm like,
I
that's
guess
crazy.
I'll bring this up too, because I don't know if anyone would notice this, but in Overwatch, I know. Oh my god, why would Overwatch be in there?
it's
A
in
lot
there.
of those player changes are because of those A-list elites complaining about them.
The esports guys.
The elites,
Yes.
and higher ups, they're complaining about it. So, I mean, yes, a lot of other people complain about it too, but their voices are heard the most than anyone else.
I would say that. Yeah, I could definitely get on that boat. I can see that. I mean, but there's money in that. Again, they're the ones they have to please because these guys are generating revenue through esports, which, yes, Blizzard gets money from that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
they get money as well.
Don't get me wrong, though. A lot of the hero changes do happen because of everyone doesn't like it or because they wanted it that way. But some of them are
I think
because
priority
of
would probably be on
other people
Yeah.
saying it.
I can see that, yeah. So overall, I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I think I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Right now, I have a vote of 0 confidence when it comes to anything from EA.
It makes me sad because I wanted The Sims because I love playing The Sims. It's a nice idle game, nice to torment your Sims. But like, it came out for PS4 recently, I think last month before.
This debacle.
Yeah, before this, and then when this happened, I'm like, I don't want to get it. Like, it's one of a favorite game of mine. I do not want to get it because of this.
I sat a lot of this week. I had time. I don't always have time to play. I had time, ample time, and I realized I was like, I'm just disheartened by everything that's happening here.
I think the reason why it's like every single time you put a game, you're probably thinking, what happens if this game had microtransactions?
Yeah. Oh, what if there's a service and they turn off the service? Look at Gazillion. Because Marvel Heroes just shut down earlier this week. The guys got canned on the day before Thanksgiving. I'm like, this is I don't know what's going on. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'd like to think that our voices are being heard, that this particular thing is going to put the fear of God into other developers saying, you know what, we got to do right by the gamers. I'd like to think that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that a lot of the smaller developers usually, I mean, I know, like indies, I know everyone's like, ugh, indies, but indie developers, they're smaller, they're more towards the people.
They live and die with the people. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The big publishers / developers are the ones who recruit them in, and they're the ones, they live and die with their or no to with that contract.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely. That their player base is their lifeblood.
It's kind of like the voice actors strike.
Look at Warframe.
Players.
This guy brought up Warframe. Perfect example. A game that is free to play, that is still going, that is still being supported. That is a great game, by the way.
The only microtransactions is to get platinum, and that is it.
Yeah.
And any bundles. That's it.
And I'm looking at, I'm pricing out some bundles right now. Say, which ones can I? Yeah. I'm just like, you know what? I'll put some money to this. This is actually being done right.
I don't know if you'll do this, but in Warframe, if you do, because the marketplace is like I know my brother did it. He did it like a business to get platinum. Mm-hmm. It takes time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can get platinum without paying any money.
But starting like some sort of in-game business? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Like
okay.
you'll have to farm a lot for it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. But I don't know if you would have the time to do that.
I don't think I have the time, no. I'd rather just pay. See? What a novel idea, EA. I'd rather just pay. Why? Because I didn't pay anything to play the game anyway.
I think that's what they thought, but it backfired badly.
Oh, they had zero effort put into this game. And we should have seen it if you really think about it. First one came out in 2015. This is literally 2 years later. How can they do an entire new multiplayer thing along with some sort of campaign and all that within 2 years when everybody else struggles to do it within 3?
I think they should just give the franchise to somebody else.
Well, they don't own it, excuse me. They paid to license it for 10 years.
Yeah, but that might
Disney.
be cut short.
Yeah, that might actually, Disney may go, you know what? We're going to have to renege on this.
I think hopefully they either step up their act or they give it to somebody else who can do
because
better.
The problem here is, here's another thing that they're going to have to face in the future, and that is they've set plans to include these type of microtransactions in future games. With this huge backlash, this now completely throws a huge monkey wrench into their future plans. So God knows what fixes they're going to have to try to put in through games like Anthem that I'm sure are coming out.
Probably going to be loot boxes too.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, if they look at this and say, "Oh man, we've burned some," and they have burned bridges. We've burned some bridges here, and now we need to do right. We need to do all this. And frankly, I don't even think I care. I don't even want anything EA. I really think they've screwed up. And you know what? What else? This is another thing that I think helped in this matter, and that is this was mainstream. This went to CNN. This went to
everywhere. It was
at this point when all those people know about it.
It came to right down. It came to gambling, which is a big thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. And here's another thing. That's another thing with governments. They're going, all right, we'll allow gambling, but we need to get our cut. We need to regulate and get our cut. This is why I don't want them involved. I don't want them involved at all.
Like, it's nice to hear, but not to get involved, because once they get involved, they will start regulating what you can play, what developers can make, yada yada.
There's actually a committee. I can't remember the name of the committee now. It escapes me. A committee that just formed recently.
I was looking. It's called the National Committee for Games Policy.
Yes, and it seems to be. There seems to be something wrong there. First off, they're saying that they're experts of the industry, but there are previous developers, previous people who work from publishers. When you really look at everybody, it's like, are these guys on our side or are they on the other side? And that's where my concern is. When you have some sort of organization coming in trying to, hey, we're going to fight for you guys and all this.
Look when they pick the perfect time to form.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, where were you when this happened?
Yes,
or
when the first original loot boxes. And who knows? This is why I'm saying I'd like to think that our voices were heard in the fact that they didn't sell as many as they were thinking they would. But that's what people hear. That's what those companies hear. That's loss of money. They don't hear that. They do not hear anything else.
Sad though is that because you had their sports games that came out recently. People are still going to buy it because what they're thinking is that those aren't. I mean, I hate to say it, but those aren't the quote unquote true gamers. They only play the sports games. And
that's messed up. That's true gamers. They're just true sports gamers.
Yeah, okay, I guess we'll put it there. But they're thinking probably the whole that's not me, so I don't care. So they'll continue to buy the sports games for me until giving them that little sliver of money, but not enough.
Yeah. Well, the problem there is EA has complete ownership of those major licenses. That's where it comes in. I mean, it's Madden. Let's be real. That's the big NFL license. NBA. I think they have NBA Live. So they have these major licenses, and you can't get it from anyone else because they own that right.
But I said that that won't be. That's still an issue even with people who bought Battlefront. Like I know one of the people that was playing with, on PlayStation, they're thinking of getting. I'm like, I would not. Even with loot boxes, like, oh, I don't care. I'm like,
my idea was here's what was my idea because here was the deal. Curiosity was going to kill me. Curiosity had me wanting to go. I was going to buy it, but I was like,
there's Redbox right around the corner.
Yep. I was like, Redbox is there. This doesn't really go to the developer, publisher, or anybody. This is just a rental. At least I can try to play the campaign. Then I hear about the campaign, and the campaign is horrible.
I think honestly, I might just do Redbox from now on. I don't want to give it to them, but I'll give it to this company instead.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's time to boycott.
It is.
I think it's time to pick it.
Like I said, I hate those people who still got it because they're probably thinking, oh, I won't be the ones buying it. I won't. Yeah.
No, I don't hate them.
I won't put money into it.
No, I don't hate them. I think because there's a couple people in the group that actually one who I don't know. He may have felt necessary to say, I bought it and I'm still enjoying it. I think it's fine.
If you enjoy it, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine, dude. There was a celebration on a little celebration stream.
Aware of it.
Correct. Yeah, and you know what you're buying, you know what you're getting into. Correct. And if you're enjoying it, you're not spending money into the loot box or anything. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy your game. I'm happy you enjoy it. I'd rather you buy it, enjoy it, than buy it and not enjoy it. And then I'm like, oh, that sucks, So, no, definitely. If you bought it, hey, it is what it is. I hope you enjoy it. Just know that this is what's happening in the background, and those sales are the numbers they're looking at. And the truth is, the low sales that they received, that was a message. And I think that was a much louder message than anything. By the way, I also want to point out, I do not in any way, we do not in any way support anyone emailing or going on Twitter or going anywhere else.
Please don't do that.
Going
don't.
on and trying to threaten or any of that type of thing to threaten the lives of anybody in EA. No, that is not the way to deliver a message. And frankly, I hope this is another worst part. I hope the people who do that don't think that they had a hand in this. Them turning around, because that's not how you deliver a message, and I do not condone. We do not condone that here, and I hope
definitely not.
Yeah, definitely, that's
if
not
you
the way you.
That's
deliver.
on your own terms.
Yeah, exactly. We do not. GG does not in any way condone those type of actions.
We are peaceful, chill, maybe yell a bit, but mostly at a game.
Yes, mostly at the TV, and we'll throw a controller here and there, but that's really about it. All right, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of the real episode 84 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please, if you are listening to this on any of the podcast services, YouTube, anything like that, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Krista Montanez, a.k.a. Shadow 24/7, for joining me today.
Hey, I am always glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We should have Mr. Dream Twister back next week, hopefully, if we have to drag him here kicking and screaming, whether he likes it or not. Either way, thank you again, Mr. Chaos Reaper, for sending in a message. Guys, if you want to send messages.
Thank you to everyone.
Absolutely. Yes. Go to Good Game Gamer, or rather email it to goodgamegamergroup@gmail.com. Love to get your voice on the air. Thank you so much. And so we'll see you next week. GG!
GG's The Mouthful Podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.Tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.